Hello, dear family, Facebook fam. What's up? Hope everybody's doing good. It's Thursday, and hey, here I am. I'm doing my last challenge today. That is the bull's heart. This challenge came from Moses Sagan. It's the bull's heart, and I did that. So, first of all, I've never cooked bull's heart or beef heart ever. So, this was definitely a challenge. Thanks for that. I appreciate it, and it makes me a better chef. So, it is a very tough organ. It is. You would think, because it's the heart. And it's, I guess, no, honestly. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, it's a muscle that's used so much, right? So it pumps all the time. So, yeah, okay, now I understand why it's so tough. So I would almost compare the texture, when I was cutting it, I would compare the texture to almost chicken gizzards. And those also take forever to cook, right? So I knew I had a challenge once I tasted it, once I was actually cutting it. I knew, I'd planned to do something else with it, but then I was like, it will need longer to cook, it will need a high temperature. So what I decided to do is I decided to throw it into the pressure cooker. So that's what I did, and I didn't come online when I was doing all that because I wanted it to be in the pressure cooker for a good 30 minutes before I put in any other ingredients. Other than onions, I did put onions. I did put crushed garlic, and I did put Swanson broth, and I think you can see it in that corner right there. So I put that whole thing right there. Yeah, so this right here, I put the whole thing, it's beef broth. And let me show you what we're doing here. Okay. Alright, so there it is. So this is after 30 minutes of being in here. And it's still quite tough. So I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to close the lid again and put it at a pressured temperature for probably another 20 minutes or so after I put in, because I do want, you can see how the broth hasn't thickened, right? It's still really light, and I do like my broth to be a little thicker. So that is that right there. And then what I'm going to eat it with is, I'm going to do ugali. And actually, it's ugali. This is a trick that my dad actually taught me. This is ugali that was left over from 2 days ago. So he taught me this trick about how to renew it instead of putting it in the microwave. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to renew this ugali. Basically, you just boil water, and then you cut this up into pieces. Yeah, you see, when you put it in the microwave, I think it just becomes much tougher. So I don't like that. So cut it up, and then since the water is boiled, I'm going to put all the pieces in here. And alright, hands time. So this is how my dad taught me how to renew ugali. So hey, learn a new trick right there. Okay, so in here with the beef heart, what I'm going to put is cilantro and onions. And I'm going to put, so that's the broth that we already put. So I got some cilantro, and I've got some tomatoes right here, roughly chopped and nice and thick, because we want the broth to get thick, right? So that's what we're going to put in there. And then I'm going to put in, these are my beef cubes by Royco. So I'm going to put in 2 of those as well. and this is going to thicken our broth really nicely. So that's that. My ugali is going, and you can actually add more flour once this is completely broken down. So it starts becoming softer and softer, and then you can just continue making the smaller pieces, right? And it becomes softer and softer. And then you can add, if you need to add a little more cornstarch, corn flour, I'm sorry, you could go ahead and do that. So there we are. Let me go ahead while I'm with you, because I'm gonna. Okay. All right. So we went on, and hopefully we get back. Okay. Sorry, it was reconnecting for a minute there. So, what did you miss? I put in the cilantro and the tomatoes in here. We're gonna make sure we stir that up real nice, and then I already put the beef cubes, the Royco beef cubes, and I'm gonna cover that up again, and you can see my ugalis coming up real nice, and there we have it. So that was my challenge for the beef heart, the bull's heart. So hopefully you try it, Moses. You try it and you let me know how it was for you. So it is a really tough organ. So yeah, you got to be patient with it. The other thing you can do is pop it in the slow cooker with all the ingredients, i.e. you could put some celery. If you're eating it with rice especially, you could put in some celery, some tomatoes, some onions, some garlic, some spices in there, and leave it in the slow cooker for about 8 hours. You know, go to work, and then by the time that you come back, it'll be ready. So that's another thing that you could do. But I've also heard that people have barbecued it. So hey, if you like your meat a little tougher, to exercise those muscles, the jaws, so you could try that as well, or pan searing it. That's another thing that you could do. So hey, for me, my name is Lois. I'm with The Trio LLC. You can check us out at www.thetriolllc.com. Check us out there. So for those in the DMV area, the other thing that I'll be starting, I think I talked to you guys last week about the cooking different things each day, and then I'll be presenting out the menu on Facebook as well as on our website, and then you can order a week prior or a couple days prior once business picks up, and you can let me know what you want. So for example, one day will be pilau, mbuzi, and kale. So you could order 1/2 tray of pilau, 1/2 tray of mbuzi, 1/2 tray of the kale, or you could order a full tray, you know, whatever. So I'll be putting out the prices for that. So that's for the people in the DMV. There will be a delivery charge for those not too close, and I would prefer people coming to actually pick it up from the house. That'll be great. That means I can really concentrate on the cooking part of it. So the other thing that is also rolling out, actually probably next week, will be for those in the DMV who'd like frozen spring rolls. I know there's a lot of people who cook mandazis. I know there's a lot of people who cook chapatis as well. But for those in the DMV area who would like some frozen spring rolls, those will be chicken with cabbage and carrots. So and it's the way I spice it up, it's really, really good. So I will be putting out the prices for that, and you can order and you can put them in the freezer for breakfast, for when you have some guests, for 4 o'clock snack time. So these are really great. You could either put them in the oven or you could deep fry them. So let me know what you guys think about that, and I will definitely be putting pictures of my beef heart with ugali, and hope you guys, everybody's all good. Alrighty, for me it is goodbye. You can go ahead and rewatch and check it out. Check out what we did with the beef heart. Yeah, it was a quick one because I have to put so much time into putting the beef heart into a pressure cooker. So that's most of my show. So yeah. Alrighty then. For me, it's goodbye. Thank you for watching. Peace.